Hi, my name is TJ Singh and I'm the SICK product specialist at EandM in Southern California. In today's video, I'll perform a demo of our Inspector63 using the Nova platform to showcase to you how machine vision tasks can be performed using our Nova software platform using the Quality Inspection Toolset license that comes with this device. The Inspector63 comes in a compact body that is configurable right from lighting to different lens mounting options, both S and C mount. We also have a monochrome image sensor with 1.9 megapixel sensing resolution and has standard M12 connectors as well as IP67 rating on it. Various interfaces from serial, CAN, Ethernet IP, and Profinet are on board for easy integration, and standard and intuitive Nova software platform makes configuration a piece of cake. Let's now do a quick demo of the software and show you what the capabilities are for this device. Alright, so I've connected my Inspector Programmable 63 with my computer, and over the Sopas Air, this is the Nova interface. I've shown in the previous videos how we do the acquisition, but what we'll do in this demo is, if I can run it in this pre-running mode, this is a coffee pod. I'm going to differentiate between good ones, which are all these ones, and a bad one, for which there's obviously going to be a hole in the data center. And for that, the first thing I would do is create a good reference image. So for that, again, image acquisition is key. So what I'll do is I'm going to put in this bad part here, since we know what the defect looks like. I will run it in free trailing mode real quick once just to see I'm here. Get a good sharp image, focus here. That's good for me. And best thing about Nova, press on the run auto setup and it will create a good contrast image. Obviously, a better background would be something dark to get a nice contrast here, but this should work for me. And there's also some recommendations, so I'm going to go with the recommended image. Next thing is I'm going to update this reference image. Once I do the update here, now I can start adding my tools onto it. So you can see on the left side on my analysis tool, first thing I would do obviously is to try and locate it. So Object Locator is a nice tool for that. What we do is, since this is more like a ellipse, let's change the shape. So in the reference image, you would want to pull this up and have this outer contour line come up. All right, so I'm picking up the object, which is good. I'm not creating a good and bad based on that. So you can see on the bottom on the right side, the results tab just shows me what the match score is. So if I click on run here on the top, it's picking it up nicely here. And I can turn it around all and see if slightly goes down. I can always adjust my percentage because this is only for picking up the object. So again, putting it in run, turning the shape. All right, it's tracking it nicely. All right, that's good for me. So we're gonna go back to our configure, go to our reference image. Now we will add a tool. So for me, it's pretty obvious. I will go with a pixel counter because I know the defect is in the dead center somewhere here and somewhere around here. So another thing is, if I go on the left side, I can always turn off the tool so it's not visible anymore. So now I can actually see the pixels. So what I want to catch is the pixels in the dead center, right? So what that would be, if you see it's totally dark, so I would decrease the intensity and you will notice here that I am catching more of the ones on the internal center point here, and that's good enough. So okay, now if I press on the run settings, and on the right side what I get is my analysis. So if you notice here, let's turn the object locator back on too, so we can see the whole image. All right, so obviously Object Locator is going to match, but our thing is the pixel counter. Why the pixel counter? Because that will differentiate between the good and the bad. So now this is the bad one, right? And it is showing me a 29% match. So now if I put in a good one, let's see how that changes it. And you can see now the match score went to 3%. So what you would want to do is, since this is still green, now we know what a good differentiation is. A good part right now is how much? Around 4%. So I would say the bad one was about, let's put it back here and we will see it. We get a 25%. So above 20, 15 is good enough for me. And you will notice right now it's picking up the bad part very nicely here, which means every time there's a bad part, that match score is around 29, 20%. And if I put in a good part now, it obviously rejects it. You see, because the match score. So what now you can do is turn your percentage for a good to become, let's say, below 11, which means if I have these good parts here, that is between 4%. And if I put a bad part in, now that's going to be a reject because it's way beyond my threshold of 11%, right? So once you do that, you can just go to get these outputs. So we have this communication tab. If you just want a pass or a fail for read, you can select digital outputs, and obviously you can activate those on different IOs that we have. For pass and fail, you can just have it directly from here. Or if you're trying to do something over the bus interfaces, Ethernet, Profinet, you can also do that by setting in the IP address. And that's pretty much it, how easy it is to set up a job on it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at the email provided on the screen.